Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election held in Nigeria on February 25, 2022, and the results announced by INEC on March 1st, 2023. And that result is being disputed at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, and it will eventually get to the Supreme Court. In this video, we're going to look at the denial of the alleged phone call between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola. And we look with other issues that has to do with the suspicion by Nigerians that the judiciary may not give them what they want, which led to a lot of speculations. Now, it is interesting for us to understand why Nigeria has gotten to this level where people don't even trust the judiciary that ought to be the last hope of the common man. And this issue came to the fore on Wednesday when the Supreme Court of Nigeria denied the report that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Boloukuoromo M, had any telephone conversation with anybody, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Supreme Court issued a statement to deny any telephone conversation between Ariwoola and the President of Nigeria or anybody at all over the ongoing proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Court, where they are holding hearings on the issues that has to do with the election, the 2023 general election. According to the Supreme Court, Justice Ariwoola neither spoke with Tinubu nor the Director General of the Department of State Services with a view to pressurizing the Presidential Election Court on the likely judgments to give in respect of the petitions. The Director of Press and Information, Supreme Court of Nigeria, Dr. Festus Akande, made the clarification in a statement which he issued in Abuja. Now, the statement reads in part. Let us look at the whole statement and other issues, then we analyze what really what's going on, so that I'll be able to have a grasp of what is really playing out. The statement reads in part: in view of the rumor currently circulating in the social media space that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, had a telephone conversation with His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Director General of the Department of State Services with a view to pressurizing the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on the likely judgments to give. It is imperative to state clearly that there is no iota of truth in the narrative, as there was no such telephone conversation between the CJN and anyone. Nigerians have been following the proceedings at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal with admirable enthusiasm, so it is advisable we all sustain the tempo and follow it up to the end instead of relapsing into the rhymes of speculations and rumor peddling that will not do anyone any good. If this current trend of falsehood and mudslinging is sustained, our nation may not make the desired progress. The courts are statutorily established to serve the best interest of the masses, and we are ever poised to do that to the best of our ability. We wish to plead with everyone to cooperate with the judiciary to serve as the to serve the country to its full capacity, as no one would ever be favored against the other in any dispute. The rule of law and supremacy of the Nigerian Constitution will always be upheld and applied in every matter that comes before the courts, as the facts presented and the subsisting laws must be applied in determining the merits or otherwise of each other. The public should be rest assured that justice will be done to all matters pending in the various courts across the country, irrespective of who is involved. Irrespective of who is involved. Now, this is the summary of the denial by the court that there was telephone conversation between Justice Ariwoola and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Why this issue had to come up is because of the lack of confidence that has been circulating for quite a while because of some of the judgments that have been coming out from Nigerian judicial. And this 2023 presidential election was the most keenly contested, perhaps the most keenly contested since 1999. And there is a lot of interest because Nigerians have never been mobilized and politically conscious the way they were ahead of the 2023 presidential election and even after. If things have been well with Nigeria judiciary, there will be no speculative stories like this circulating in the social media that will warrant the Supreme Court to issue a statement to make a denial. It is a symptom of all that is wrong with Nigeria and with Nigerian judiciary that this issue even had to come up, that people are suspecting of alleged connivance with the Chief Justice of Nigeria and the incumbent president. It is as a result of trust deficit in the system. And it didn't start today. If you recall, a few months back, around April or thereabouts, some civil society organizations were demanding that this same Ariwoola and some other people should recuse themselves from the presidential election petition cases because of alleged affinity to Tinubu. In fact, at that time, there were rumors that were circulating that Tinubu and Ariwoola allegedly met outside the country. That matter was circulating everywhere, social media and off social media. Eventually, the same Supreme Court was forced to issue a statement to deny that there was no meeting outside Nigeria between Ariwoola and Tinubu. It's so unfortunate that this country has degenerated to the level it has, all because the institutions of the state, not only judiciary, have failed the country. That is why you will see a situation where a whole Chief Justice of Nigeria, who, like Caesar's wife, should be above board, is now subject of suspicion by Nigerians, to the level that people are circulating alleged meeting, alleged telephone conversation, and even alleged meeting in the past outside Nigeria between the Chief Justice of Nigeria and the President of the country. It means that Nigeria's judiciary have to do a lot to rebuild confidence of Nigerians. Eminent lawyers like Professor Chidi Odunkanu has talked about severally on the damage that the judiciary has done to itself, and that the judiciary actually need cleansing. It is good that the Supreme Court denied this issue, because this issue would have done a lot of damage to the judiciary if not denied, and if not denied emphatically with that statement that was issued. Because without it, it would have brought whatever judgment that was reached, that will be reached, into serious doubt. So it is important, and the Supreme Court at least denied it. But this is the result. This is what you get when you have a situation where the courts give judgments that left much to be desired. I watched Professor Chidi Odunkanu when he was talking about, he was mentioning certain cases that have been ruled by the Nigerian Supreme Court, which he said that there was no justification for them. So it is all those kinds of judgments in which people are still trying to understand how did they arrive at this position. Those are the things that have given a lot of Nigerians the impetus to suspect that something fishy may be going on that ground. Because let's be frank about it, Nigerians are keenly following this election like never before. They participated in the election like never before. And they believe that the person they voted for was not the person that was announced. When INEC also failed them, they hope that the judiciary will be the saving grace. But many of them are watching helplessly as speculations and antecedents of the justices, what they have ruled before, are beginning to make people lose confidence in the process. That is why you see so much suspicion going on right now. And people are throwing in a lot of stories on social media and elsewhere. And the matter is not held by the kind of arrogance that is being displayed by those currently in power, that seems to give the impression that other people are just wasting their time in court. Because if you see the evidence that have been coming out from the courts, you will know that they are not supposed to have the kind of confidence they are exhibiting. But in any case, they're still exhibiting it, talking loud on social media, claiming that they won free and fair and square, when the situation and the evidence coming out from the court points to the contrary. There are many people you talk to right now, they will tell you they know that this is the truth, but the truth, as far as they are concerned, that truth cannot be sustained. The justices in Nigeria will not have the courage to pronounce that truth, but they know the truth. So that is why many of them, you see many people who knows the truth are backing the lie. Because in their own estimation, given the level of corruption in the country, the justices of Nigeria will not have the courage of their own conviction to do the right thing. But it is good that in the statement that was released by the Supreme Court, they are giving assurance that they will act according to the law. They are not being influenced by anyone. They are not going to be influenced by anyone to determine the outcome of the matter that is before the courts. And Nigerians will pray that they will act according to what they said. Now, while Nigerians were still recovering from the allegation of telephone conversation between Ariwoola and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, Nigerians were still trying to come to terms with it. Nigerians rose up on Thursday morning with a huge speculation, again going on the social media, that Justice Ugo has resigned from the bench, that he has resigned from the election petition tribunal, from the 5-man election petition tribunal that is seeing over to the petitions against the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which was put forward by the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, that this Justice Ugo has withdrawn, has resigned from the panel. The story began to circulate everywhere, generating mixed reactions on social media, and a whole lot of people, some hailing him for resigning, and others saying, why did he have to resign? Because the excuse that was given for his alleged reason for leaving was that he don't want to be compromised, that he's being asked to do the wrong thing, and he's not ready to do the wrong thing. He wants to stand for the truth. Okay, that was trending all over the place. It was a major issue, and when I heard this, I was also troubled. What does this portend for Nigeria if the justice of, of an appeal court, and who is part of the five-man panel that's supposed to adjudicate in the matter between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar, that one of the justices resigned because of alleged pressure on him to do the wrong, to do the pressure on him to do the wrong thing, and he resigned because he believed that he cannot subject himself to do the wrong thing. That he honorably resigned. This once again threw up the issue of trust in Nigerian judicial. And when I heard this, my first instinct was to doubt it. And thankfully, my position on it came true, that it is not, it can be true, because it would have caused a lot of implications. Because if it were to be true, it means that Justice Ugo would have had to, to totally leave the judiciary, because he cannot resign and still continue to be part of the bench or part of the judiciary in terms of being a justice. Because what would be the benefit of his resigning when he ought to have been there and vote according to his conscience? So I was skeptical of that resignation story. But it again brought to the fore the fact that Nigerians are watching the Supreme Court, are watching the courts, presidential election petition court, with keen interest. And because of because of the trust deficit in the system, many people are ready to believe a story like this. But thankfully, the matter was denied. The matter was denied by the appeal courts, because according to the reports by the appeal courts, according to information from the appeal courts, Abuja, the appeal court in Abuja debunked reports claiming that a member of the five-man panel of the five-man panel of the Presidential Election Petition Court, Justice Ugo, has resigned. He said it was not true. A verified Twitter user by the name Omar Sani had tweeted on Thursday that Justice Ugo resigned from the panel, and the essence of his resigning was to make way, and to protest that he will not be pressured to do the wrong thing, and claiming that Nigerians' democracy will be in serious danger if he did what he was being pressured to do. Okay? But thankfully, the matter was denied. It was denied by the appeal courts that something like that ever happened. It was denied by the presidential election petition courts that anything like that happened, that Justice Ugo resigned. He didn't resign. He didn't protest from what we are now know. But it again brought to the fore the reason why people have to do this kind of speculation. And I think it's an opportunity for the judiciary to redeem itself by giving verdicts that are in line with the law and in line with the wishes and aspirations of the majority of Nigerians. It is a reminder to the justices or to the 5-man panel of Presidential Election Petition Court and to the justices of the Supreme Court that indeed the whole world is watching them and that they better do the right thing so as to save our democracy. No matter whose ox is God, they should ensure that they deliver the truth and nothing but the truth when they sit to deliver judgment, first at the Presidential Election Petition Court and finally at the Supreme Court. The truth and the law should be their watchword. They should, all these things playing out, all these suspicious allegations, all boils down to the fact that the world and Nigerians are watching them. They have to do the right thing to redeem their image, because their image is already battered. They have to redeem it and prove to the world and prove to Nigerians that indeed the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.